Missing the current boom in mining jobs. Welcome to Australian Mining for New Starters, and today I just want to do a quick video about where the jobs are and where they aren't. And to do that, we're just going to have a look at this ABC article that they've put out, and the rush to renewable energy means a new mining boom. Well, it's good to see that they finally recognise that everything that goes into renewables has to come out of the ground, but I hate to tell them that this mining boom's been going on for almost 3 years now and has really started to take off in the last 6 months. Why is it taking off? Well, as they point out down here in the article, it's solar panels, electric cars and wind turbines to have lead, zinc and copper, as well as nickel, silver and gold mixed in there as well. So this means that those places are all opening back up again. And this is a story about how Tasmanian mines are opening back up again. So they've got one that's had a problem with the tailings dam that they're opening back up, and they shouldn't have a problem with their tailings dam. That's just unacceptable. So they should be looking to fix that. But there's another one that they're opening up, a tungsten mine on King Island. And if we go down here to the picture, and you can see there's the old mine there, and you can see the portal right there. And the reason that I'm showing you all this is that because we've got a lot of what everybody needs in the world in this country, and we're slowly ramping it back up again. But this is where the jobs are going to be, in these mines. Whereas the media and a lot of people are concentrated on what's going on in iron ore and coal. Whereas if you have a look at, this is a resource thing for iron ore, and if you go through it, you'll have a look that Australia is producing 53% of the world's iron ore. Now that means that they're a mature asset, because when you look at BHP and Rio and Fortescue and everybody else that's up that way, they've got their mines here. If you look at their future plans, most of their future plans are out 50 to 100 years. So they've got planned to keep the current mining going, so they're not going to put on a lot of tonnage, but they're not going to take off a lot of tonnage either for the next 100 years. And that's why I call it a stable and mature asset. How they're trying to maximise their profits at the moment is to try to reduce their wages by going driverless. Now, that's going to have, you can argue for a long time whether that's going to be effective or not, and I suppose the proof's going to be in the pudding. But why are they turning everything driverless? Because this is a prediction of where the iron ore price is going to go. Now, it has spiked in this period here, and it is tipped to remain high for the foreseeable future. But everybody that does any predicting on these prices for commodities all says that iron ore is going to, when it goes back to its normal range, it's going to be between 80 and 100 US dollars a ton. Now that means that all these mines here in Australia have got a good income source for a long time, and there's not a lot of incentive for people around the world to put on more supply, even though China is trying to put on supply in Africa at the moment, but they've got to go through 3 countries to do it, to get the stuff to port, and then they've got to mine it. So everything that I read on that says it's going to be a good 5 to 10 years away, and it's sort of been a good 5 to 10 years away for the last 10 years. So I can't see it happening anytime soon. Now that's iron ore opposed to what you need to put into a battery, and that's completely different. So there's a lot more materials, but most of the stuff that's going into all these batteries and windmills and solar panels and all that sort of stuff, most of it's coming out of a hard rock underground mine, and that's where your growth jobs are in the future, right now and into the future. So if you type underground into Seek, you'll see all the jobs come up, and there's lots around the country. People are looking for new starters all over the place. You can see entry-level truck driver there. You just have to look through it, and there's a good long-term career out of this, because if you go through all the jobs, you'll be able to see that the overseas jobs come up, and that you'll be able to move use your experience to go overseas and work expat work if you want to. If you go through all the jobs on the pages, you'll see the expat jobs come up, and they're paying significant amounts of money overseas. So what I'm trying to say here is, and the moral to the story is, if that you're trying to get into the mining industry at the moment, you really should be looking at the growth areas, not the mature areas. Now, coal is going through a sugar hit at the moment, but as we've talked about before in other videos, so if you live just down the road from a big coal mine, or you know somebody that works in it, or you got a family member that works in it, yeah, go for it. But if you're going to up stumps and move across the country to go and get a job in a coal mine, I think you might be very disappointed in the next couple of years, because like I said, while there's a sugar hit on at the moment, they're putting people on. Then as soon as everything sort of evens back out again, they're going to come after those jobs again, and it's last on, first off. So it can be, you might have a job for a couple of years, you might have a job for 12 months, it might go for a bit longer than that. But it's not going to be like the career that you're going to have if you go into hard rock underground mining. That you're going to be able to have a solid, 10, 15, 20-year career, and that should set you up for life. So I hope you found that information helpful, and like I try and tell people, the area that you should be looking into is everything that's going into these batteries and gold. Gold's another really important area. There's lots of mines opening and lots of places ramping up to try and boost production, and that's what you're after, a place that's trying to boost production. So if you've got any more questions that you want answered, please send them through, and if you could like and subscribe the channel. Thanks.